All right. First thing first. When I look at this movie, if we look at both of these character descriptions, right? If we look at both of these character descriptions, boom. Let's go through how much info here occurred in both movies, primarily the second one. This is still true. This is still true. This is true. The whole point of the movie is about this. This would make no sense in the movie. Even a fan probably wouldn't want this to be true. This is the whole point. This is the whole point, but it's not. The whole point is why he's like this. So this is still true, although it's technically not. But the reason it's not true is so you can see how it is or why it would be. Obviously this is cap, but that's the whole point of the interpolation of the character. So we go here. This is literally the case. She's not an intern, but this is true. This is not true. Badly for Joker, but not for her. But I don't know. It didn't end badly, but she did turn my man's down at the end, which mean it had to have been bad for her, but it didn't end badly. So this is technically still true, but you could argue it's not. Alright, this is good. That's good. So boom, we're factually correct here. They are portraying accurate characters at the absolute bare minimum. So even if you don't like what they did with the character, you can't say that they did anything wrong with the character because they still followed the guidelines they were supposed to follow. That being said, on to number 2. Can I see reviews? User reviews. All right. Let's look at some of these. Make a sequel that is empty. No character development. True or false? I'm saying false. How does he have no character development? The whole point that he develops is that we watched him develop into the Joker in that first movie. So what is he supposed to develop into? He's supposed to develop as the Joker into what? His development would occur if he was like, say, going against the Batman and he had to learn something to beat him. But he's not going against a traditional villain. He is his own villain. You know? We're watching Arthur Fleck develop, but we're not watching Joker develop because the whole point of Joker was watching how would a guy get to that point. So we're going to make another movie about how a guy would get to that point. So it's like, I understand on the note of you watch the first one, highest R film of all time. You get 5 murders in it. So that means a horror movie probably going to have like 4, 5, 6. So you're giving me just as much gory content as a horror film without the horror plot. You know what I'm saying? So you're cooking there. But that's excitement. That's like, that's, you know, you don't get that in this one, you know, because that wasn't the point. But that being said, it's like, what do you mean that wasn't the point when you look at the first one and that was kind of the point of the first one? So I can understand why people would call it bland, but to say that he has no development is straight up cap. Because we're judging the acts of what he developed into as he still is determining, you know, he's still filling that out. All of the movies now are identity movies, but this one was an identity movie in which the identity was not the only thing of significance. Like, it was more than just oh, who am I? Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? It won't that. They got that out the way, and they also got other aspects of life in there too. So he definitely does develop. He does not develop traditionally because that would have been redundant. There's no way they could have just had him develop anywhere close to the first one because that was the whole point of the first one. You know what I'm saying? Let's not just go down. Let's actually get some randomization going on. All right, decent movie. Cash grab, clear cash grab, does not provide anything new or interesting to the universe, and ruins the unique, open-ended brilliance of Joker. So the film, not the character. But it is a decent watch for its cinematography, visuals, technicals, and acting. That's concurable. I ain't gonna cap. That is a concurable sentence. From here on, that's tough. I would say the same thing. But a 6 overall, though. A clear cash grab. Are we calling this factor cap? I ain't gonna cap. This is not true. A clear cash grab would have been an underdeveloped storyline, but the storyline itself, like the written storyline of what sheerly what happens, that was not a cash grab at all. That was genuine. That was worked out. It's like, oh, he just died at the end. Now, when it happened, it was like, okay, yes, first watch, that is a jaw dropper. And then I was telling myself, I'm like, isn't that kind of weak though? Because isn't that the easiest way to end a series or a sequel or you did the trilogy, to have the character die, you know? But then I'm like, okay, well, how did he die? Only because the guy that killed him, we saw him in the very beginning of the movie, means that was a intentional dynamic, and we obviously see how that guy essentially took on what he was doing and he absorbed that in. And as far as the shared madness, I would say the shared madness was more of Joker and the guy that kills him than Joker and Harley in this movie. Unless that was the actual whole point, which I'm starting to think that was the whole point of the shared madness. Was that you can look at it through Joker and Harley, but you see it plainly through Joker and his murderer, I guess. And I would not say that it ruins the first one. It adds to the first one, but I would say it pays homage to the first one more than it adds to it. But I liked all of the bits in there about the first one, all of them. It did not. Some of them, it kind of seemed forced in the totality, but it really doesn't. Like, if I was on that film team, I couldn't say that it was forced because, like, duh, you want some of the first one. Okay, 7 out of 10. Oh, okay, 9 out of 10. Let's look at this one. Full of heart, well acted, timely, that will easily divide audiences along multiple subjects. In my opinion, one's feelings about the film will be on your own life. Okay. This is one of the bigger points that I'm seeing so far, which is true. Whenever you bring issues like the ones presented in this movie, of course you're going to get, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get some pushback. People ain't going to understand, but that's part of the business. So this here, I like, you know what I'm saying? Is that, okay, yeah, it's understandable everybody don't like it. Because I would say the same thing. It's understandable that everybody don't like it. Shallow critic reviews have been and how little this exclusive group utilize their okay, this is true. Okay, this is just getting personal without spoiling. Ooh, that is true. So I would concur with this. Wait, hold on. Let's just finish it off. Timely and urgent. I would agree. The script, I would say that. Okay, so this is just one of those like stop hating that niggas. But I would say true. Stop hating. Whoa, I need to sign in later. So, as far as that goes, I would say for the most part true. I would feel like most niggas that's hating on it is hating on it just because like it's just not your typical. Like most people that I saw hating on the Batman when it came out was like, bruh, this nigga weak playing Batman. It's like, that's true. Just because a nigga not talking like Bale. That's what you really want. You just wanted Bale to come out again. It won't about that. They're trying to make it different. That's why the people, I mean, now it's crazy how people like that way more. But, I mean, when it first came out, I was hearing a whole lot of hate about the Batman. But then I look at it now and people saying, bro, that money was good. What? Was I just hearing false hate? But in terms of this, I don't know if the hate is false. Like I would understand somebody for saying this is trash. Or at least a disappointing first watch. I would understand that. But I would not understand them saying that the movie is garbage. You see what I'm saying, bruh? You see what I'm saying? Put it like this. Put it like this. Put it like this. Put it like this. Let's say you on a directing staff for this movie, right? And y'all on the drawing board, y'all cooking up the ideas, trying to pitch, you know what I'm saying, whatever, blah, 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 however it worked. Say, I like, all right, so we got the first one. All right, where could we go with this? That's the question. Where could we go with this? After the first one with no second one. Where do we go? And it's like, where can you take the story? You could take it into Joker coming up in the criminal ranks. They already got Penguin for that, but I guess they probably didn't know about that then. So you could have Joker moving up in the criminal ranks. You could have Joker versus Batman. You could have Joker maybe manipulating another villain in a Batman plot still would have to be. Or you could have Joker and Harley. So if you do Joker and Harley, how you gonna do a Joker and Harley that ain't generic? We have not had a Joker and Harley movie yet. I mean, you got Suicide Squad, but I mean, that was like you got a little taste of Joker in there, like, you know what I'm saying? But okay, well, so other than that, you got one depiction of Joker and Harley, and it wasn't a Joker and Harley movie. So now you have to crack down on that dynamic, with that being the only existing cinematic portrayal of the dynamic was Joker and Harley and Suicide Squad. So, what are you saying on the drawing board when you're making a Joker and Harley movie? Because you're only making a Joker and Harley movie because a Joker and Batman movie would be kinda crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you making a movie with Joker and Harley, what you gonna do? The way that they did it, you can't say that wasn't tough. Now, in terms of a Batman aspect, I could agree. And after watching it, because I didn't watch the first one until like, I ain't gonna lie, this year. I ain't watched the first Joker until 2024, literally. So when you come off of those, and it's like we gonna do the Batman joint. Is that really gonna hit? I was thinking the same thing after seeing it for the first time. Was like, that's why I said that. I'm like, why did I say that? I said that because when I saw it for the first time, I'm like, so the next one is gonna bring Batman into it. But then I'm like, okay, think about it if it was you. Think about if it was you, man. You DC right now. Your last Batman was Ben Affleck in Justice League 17. You had Justice League, the Snyder Cut in 21, but Justice League 17 was your last Batman that you put in theaters. You ain't had a Batman in theaters in right now 7 years, right? We're talking about you. You're DC, or you Warner Brothers. So you ain't had a Batman in 7 years on screen. So you come out with the Batman. So that was only 5 years later. So 5 years, you come out with the Batman. Then that was it, actually. So your trio is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You had Batman took a 5-year break, came back in 22. You had Superman he took a break too. We ain't seen. I'm lying. Batman was in both the Flash or he was in Aquaman, yeah. So two Batman cameos, nigga. I guess, nigga. Nonetheless, what you gonna do? How you gonna bring a side Batman that's developed in his own way into a sequel? You know what I'm saying? When you got a Batman going on, and you got another Batman that you're gonna need after the Superman coming out next year. You see what I'm saying? So y'all wanted a Batman in this movie. I get it. I kind of wanted a Batman too. But that's generic. That's basic. That's not basic. That's not basic. The nigga become the Joker. Then the nigga fight the Batman. Then he win. Yay. The nigga become the Joker. Then he fight the Batman. But because Batman character worked how he does, Joker loses. And now y'all niggas mad that he got hoed in his own movie. So, what did you want? You want a Joker and Harley so they could have escaped prison and became up in the ranks, and you wanted that roller coaster and say, oh, it was generic. So, they said, let's give him a movie where he never leaves actual prison or jail, and Quinn can come and go. Or Quinn comes and goes. And for the cherry on top, let's slime the nigga out at the end. That's not the toughest way you could have done that. I'm just saying, bro. So, like, the film got its kinks. But for sure, most of the hate on it, y'all don't even, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Because if you hating on the film and you watch the first one, you would not be hating on the film. Just saying, bro. But that being said, this is after my first watch. So when I come back second watch, I'm actually digging deep into the plot. So I guess it's already a spoiler review, but this is like a pregame. So when this money drop, just know that I got the second one. You know what I'm saying? I got the second one coming. So I'm probably going to actually, now that I just did this, I might actually look at these, and it's like I might pull up some decent ones that are actually like thoughtful and insightful, and then I'll probably just pull them up and I'll just pull them up in different little tabs or whatever and get them right. So soon as this money drop, I got one more with the J. Cole dreads dropping, and after my next video, I'm gonna have a fresh McGee's. Trust.